Tuesdays at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, where you can get the hottest handicappers best bet or daily package for only $2.
Welcome, everybody, to Wager Talk Today. I'm Lawrence Pressman. He is Teddy Covers, and you're watching the best daily sports betting show on the planet. Teddy, I got to start by reading a quote from one of, just really a very bright, intelligent human being, a kind, warm-hearted man. Mozakin 1968 writes in yesterday's chat. He wrote in the video, when we post our video and then they comment. So he wrote a comment. Prez pick for tonight's game is the under. Clown show. So I actually searched all over the house for a clown outfit. I wanted to start the show as the clown that chose the under in last night's NFL football game. Alas, I couldn't even find a red thing to stick on my nose. Oh, Mozagan. You were in 1968. That would suggest you were born then and you're still calling people names. How are you, my friend?
Good morning, Lawrence. Let's talk about what we have on today's show rather than try to rip our viewers.
I'm not ripping viewers. I didn't rip my viewer. I called him a kind, warm-hearted, intelligent individual who needs to call people names to make himself feel better about himself, and then doesn't apologize when he is wrong. Oh, wait. That was a little bad. Redo. We love Mozagan. Go ahead, Teddy.
That's the nature of our business, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
When we lose, we're going to hear about it. When we win, we're not going to hear about it. That's just how
I didn't lose. I
know.
And he put it up before the game even begun.
Right. When you lose, you're going to hear about it. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This has not been a month that has been wonderful for myself and my clients, to put it mildly. And I hear about it. I hear about it on Twitter every day and in the comments and whatever. When you do your job right, it's quiet. When you win, it's quiet. You won your play last night. You cashed your bet. It's okay if this guy was ripping you or thinking that you were wrong before kickoff. It's nice and quiet. That's fine. On today's show, we're hoping to have Tony Mejia, the $2 Tuesday handicapper, over at WagerTalk.com, but we haven't seen him yet this morning. If we do get Tony, we're going to talk the Rockets and the Celtics, as well as the Grizzlies and the Suns in NBA action for tonight. Bryan Power is going to join us as well. Bowl action, Coastal Carolina against East. I'm sorry, Lawrence?
Oh, I just wanted to interrupt, and I'm a clown. We love Bryan Power.
Okay, so that was your comment. Well, I'm trying to tell. Can't you shut your mouth for 15 seconds while somebody else is talking? It's possible.
Bryan is loving it.
Just zip. There you go. All right. As I was saying, Bryan Power is going to join us. He's going to talk Coastal Carolina, East Carolina in bowl action, and the NFL, the Seahawks, and the New York Football Jets. Dave Sharapan going to close out the show, giving us a view from the other side of the counter. My big game breakdown, the Liberty Bowl for tomorrow. We're going to talk a little Kansas, Arkansas, and of course, if we get 100 likes, Lawrence will do his presidential address to close out the show. There you have it, Lawrence. That's setting up the show. Now you can ramble on about whatever you feel like rambling.
Oh, thanks, Teddy. You're the best. 3-1 night for me last night. The run continues. Day 3 with the same track pants. I know it's not a lot. I mean, we went 16 days in the last set of track pants. But hey, we're on day 3. I'm going tonight to a beautiful Indian restaurant I cannot wear the track pants in the Indian restaurant, but I assure all my clients who purchase me today, they will be on underneath my jeans. I'll be uncomfortable. It'll suck, but I'm doing it for you guys. Yes, Teddy.
Now that's when someone else is talking and you want to talk, you kind of raise your finger a little bit so that they notice. And
That's
then
what you do.
When they're
I
done,
just
when they take a
interrupt.
pause, that's your chance. So here's
Oh.
my question for you. All right. Here in Las Vegas, you can go out to eat at the finest restaurant wearing whatever the F you want to wear.
Yes.
All right. Nobody
yes.
cares. Is that not the case in Toronto? You have to
No,
wear
it is the
jeans
case.
over your
It is
sweatpants?
the case. It is the case. But listen, you got to balance sports betting with bedroom sessions. And
Right.
bedroom sessions are important to me. I don't think I'm going to get any wearing track pants to a restaurant when I'm going with my woman. She wants her man to look as truly handsome as he does normally, which is this.
So you're not going to get any if you wear sweatpants, but you might get some if you wear jeans?
I probably would, but I
Settle
want her
down,
to get
dude.
like, I don't want to just get any. I want to get any at 100% deliciousness. So I'm going to need some effort. If I don't put effort into my look, she's just going to go through the motions, dude. And although that is acceptable at this age, it's not the most acceptable.
This is what I want. I want Carrie to say, okay.
What has happened to this show? Bryan Power, please. Anything to add?
I'm rooting for you to unwrap that gift tonight, Prez. That's all I can say, buddy.
Oh,
okay?
Look at you, brother.
Yeah, go. You can't go with sweatpants, man, on a date. That's,
Yeah.
Or in a lot of places, quite frankly, but we don't want to get into that. I think the show's already gone off the rails enough, right?
But I will be wearing them underneath my jeans. I assure everybody I will tweet it out. I will tweet out a picture of my track pants underneath my jeans just because I love my clients. I need to win for them all the time. I went 3-1 last night. I got a huge card tonight. The power of the pants. Okay. I think we're done talking utter nonsense. Bri, thanks for jumping on. Tony Mejia was supposed to be doing this segment. We haven't seen or heard from him. Hopefully everything's okay. So very little notice, but let's get straight into it. College football. 2 Carolinas, one on the east side, one on the coastal side. I made that up.
Coastal side is the east side.
Yeah, that's
true.
Go
ahead, Teddy pointed that out. I didn't want to jump in and say that. So.
It's a very good point, Teddy. Actually, I'm going to be in the Carolinas for the first time ever this summer. I got 2 Grateful Dead shows I'm seeing in the Carolinas.
Oh,
okay,
awesome.
Dude, you got to bet on this game. What is it? I'm going to shut up now.
Will you be wearing sweatpants in the Carolinas is my question, though. Right.
No.
Okay.
Well,
no sweatpants
I can't say no, dude. Dude, if I keep winning from now until the summer, these sweatpants will still be on. So yes, maybe.
All right. Well, all right. Let's get to this game here. The task at hand. ECU, Coastal Carolina. As of now, guys, we have not really had what I would call that first true shootout in the bowls. Maybe you could say Eastern Michigan, San Jose State, and the Idaho Potato Bowl was. There were 68 total points scored there. But we've only had 4 bowl games so far exceed 60 points. And I think tonight in Birmingham, we get our first real high-scoring bowl game. And that's because we've got 2 of the best group of 5 quarterbacks here. Grayson McCall for Coastal Carolina, Holton Ahlers for ECU, facing what I would generously term 2 terrible pass defenses. Coastal, they already had the worst pass defense in the Sun Belt, and they're going to be without 2 starting cornerbacks and their top pass rusher tonight. East Carolina says, hold my beer. They have the worst pass defense in the entire country in terms of yards per game allowed. And I know there's lots of upheaval on the Coastal side. Maybe Teddy will want to touch on that. McCall, he's going to enter the transfer portal. There's going to be a new coach next season. But I think they play fast and loose tonight. ECU, they allowed 115 points their last 3 games. That's not good, including like 40-plus to Temple. I mean, if you give up 40-plus to Temple, you got problems on that side of the ball. And ECU is going to be motivated, too. First bowl since 2014. Last year's got canceled. Ahlers completes 2/3 of his passes, 3,400 yards, 23 touchdowns. Coastal's defense allowed 92 points its last 2 games. You got two offenses here averaging over 400 yards, over 6 yards per play. I don't see either team having much trouble topping 30. Both probably hit 35. Over is the call tonight in this one.
So I want to talk about the total itself.
Okay.
Because this is a total that if you bet it at the open, if you bet it early when there were questions about McCall, you could have gotten the close to a touchdown better than you can get right now. And it's just been a steady flow of over money for this ballgame. If you haven't made a bet on the game yet, would you be willing to take the worst of the number right now with this total? Is this game, especially given this, the struggles, talk about the defensive issues. It wasn't like Coastal had a high-flying offense this year. They were 26 or less in 6 of their last 7 ball games. At times, East Carolina's offense showed potency, but it's not necessarily a big play, quick strike attack. Do you worry at all this game gets bogged down a little bit and stays under the total because it's been bet up so high?
That's a good question. The number, I still think there's value, and I don't have all the results right in front of me here on my other screen, but correct me if I'm wrong, Teddy. I think a lot of these games where the line's just gone up and up, and whether you're talking a spread or a total, it hasn't been a problem so far in the bowl games. Just basically following the money to this point has paid off. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen every single time. Obviously, you know that. I know that. We all know that. I would say if this gets, because I'm showing 66 now. Before we went on, I think last I looked, we're seeing 66 in some shops. I got it lower than that. I would feel comfortable even if it goes up to 67, still playing this. I think after that, maybe it's time to tap out and realize you missed the best number. But if you get 67 or better, I think it's absolutely worth playing tonight.
Bryan Power joining us, everyone. Bryan, we love having you. Listen, I got to address Money Channel. So Money Channel is another gentleman who is in our chat room all the time, and he's been around since day one. And Money, I do love you, even though all you do is shit on me. Money Channel thinks that the Prez needs. Well, I love you, and all you do is shit on me too, Teddy.
Yeah.
Money Channel thinks that I'm not funny, and that this track pants narrative has run its course, and that it's gross, and that I need to change it. So I literally am superstitious, and I literally am winning every single day. This is not a shtick. I don't want to wear the same damn track pants either. No, Money Channel, we don't want this narrative to ever change. All because you didn't buy my all access package and you are not winning every single day with me because of the power of the pants. That ain't on me. I never want this to change. I want this narrative to remain. I want to run this track pants routine for the next 6 freaking months. So there you go. I feel better now. It's good when one of our guests don't show up. I get all this room. Seattle against the Jets here, Bri. Really fascinating game. The Jets are a road favorite without a real strong quarterback. And Seattle in must-win mode here. I'm dying to know how you're betting this game.
Guess it all boils down to who wears sweatpants, right, Prez? I don't know, but you bring up the Jets being a road favorite. It's only the second time all season it's happened. The first was against the Brett Rippon-led Broncos. So both of these teams are trending in wrong directions. It doesn't exactly surprise me. They were overachieving early in the year. But what does surprise me a bit is how swiftly the market moved in the Jets' direction when it was announced that Mike White would be back as the starting quarterback. I know we saw something similar to, it was actually the reverse 2 weeks ago against Detroit when it was announced White would be out and Zach Wilson would start. But that game was at home. I would not be confident laying points at all with the Jets in this spot. I know White led them to a 31-10 win in his first start, but that was against the Bears. His next 2 outings were both losses, and yes, those were against Bills and Vikings. But Seattle's recent step up in class, you can't ignore either. They played the 49ers and Chiefs the last 2 weeks, a pair of top 5 teams there. I don't see this number getting to 3. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you still want to wait. It's early enough in the week, but I would be shocked if it got there. So betting right now might be the best value because I could see it go the other way. Seahawks, they're 7-3 against the number when they're off back-to-back losses. You pointed out they're in must-win mode, Prez, just like the Jets. So, I mean, you got two teams kind of on the fringes of playoff contention here. Seattle got back-to-back home games, though, here, and the Rams. So they've got, and I think they have tiebreakers over the Giants and Lions. So they got to be feeling good. If you don't think 2.5 is enticing enough to play Seattle, I think they'd also make a good teaser piece as well. But I've got this rated as a pick'em game, and I would take the point.
So I talked about this game like I talk about all the games on the NFL Opening Line Report every Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. And when I talked about this game, I said I was a little bit surprised that all the money's coming for the Jets. After the show, one of my wise guy buddies called me. He's like, "You're an ass clown. All the money's going to keep coming on the Jets." He's like, the markets are telling us that there's a disparity between these two defenses that's pretty dramatic. And as long as the Jets have a quarterback, they'll be fine. So given that, and again, it's just one, it's a sharp opinion, but it's just one opinion. This line that the money's going to keep flowing on the New York side. Are you worried at all about the defensive disparity? Because we got to give even through the losing skid the Jets have had now. They've lost, 5 of their last 6. Look at what they're allowing, 19, 20, 20, 10, 10. It's all offense. The defense getting the job done. Seattle, on the other hand, seems to be cracking on both sides of the football a little bit right now. Does that concern you?
Yeah, it does, which is why I kind of gave the caveat of maybe Seattle's a better teaser play in this situation. You can obviously tease through the key numbers of 3 and 7 if you're so inclined. Yeah, the Jets defense kept them in that game last Thursday, didn't they, Teddy? And then I think at the end they kind of realized we're not getting anything out of the outside of the ball, and they sort of just wilted late, given Jacksonville that game. I just think, again, it boils down to this is the road. I just don't think the Jets should be favored in this spot. It's a long trip. Seattle, I know this is not the same Seattle team, but traditionally a strong play at home, and they've got every bit the same motivation the Jets do. And they've got the better offense. So we'll see if Geno Smith can go back to dinking and dunking his way to 70% completion percentage and stay within the number. Like I said, if I'm not convincing enough for you, throw them in a teaser with something else because I don't see the Jets winning by like 10 points here. I don't know if I do, but I don't.
Bryan Power, exceptional job, my friend. Outstanding stuff. What do you got to promote?
All right, so we're on a 5-0-1 start in the Bulls. Just trying to keep up with you there, Prez. And I got my first 5% one locked and loaded, 5% max bet. And that goes tomorrow. But the best value right now, if you go to my page, is you can get that 5% play and the next 3 Bull winners after that. So that's 4 plays total. 4 plays for just $39. Got you covered Wednesday through Friday. So hoping to continue this strong start in the Bulls. Got a couple of them today as well. And we're going to amp it up the rest of the week, guys.
Awesome stuff, Bryan Power, everybody. Claps all around. I love Bryan, Teddy. What a great addition to the team. Joined us over the summer. Outstanding guy and way older than he looks. I mean, I think he's in his late 70s. So, I mean, he looks really good. Teddy, you know how we talk about superstition and sorry, go ahead. I know you wanted to say something.
I was just saying I'm taking the under on the late 70s for Bryan's age. Yeah. That's all I was going to say.
Okay, so Teddy, this is a crazy story real quick. So you know how I'm superstitious? I wear the same track pants every day when I'm on a winning streak?
I've heard about that. Yes, many, 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 many times.
Dude, Carmine Bianco has a full head of hair, and he has been shaving it for like 6 years because he has wins all the time for 6 straight years. Carmine Bianco, thank you for stepping in with literally 1 second notice.
No problem. Listen, I get a chance to talk to Teddy, which is like the highlight of my sports betting day because anytime I talk to you, we're always going back and forth. People actually comment in the chat that they think I am tough on you every Wednesday on Puck Time. And like, I've known the Prez for the longest time. I go, we're good friends. I just make fun of the Leafs. It's what we do.
Carm, I got all befuddled We're going backwards, Teddy. I messed up. I admit it. I own it. I forgot to do what bettors learn. Teddy spent hours preparing this segment. So, Carm, we're going to pretend that we haven't seen you. Teddy's going to do his bettors learn. Then we're going to come back to you, talk 2 hockey games. I'm sorry, Theodore. It's with love. I love you, bro.
Sure, you only host a show every day. It's perfectly normal to forget the order of things that we do things every single day the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Keep popping those edibles, baby. Keep popping them.
I think mushrooms today.
So, I don't know if you saw this last night. There was a game we talked about in Big Game Breakdown yesterday, but we had an all-timer in the NBA. And NBA, it's hard to have all-timers. There's a bad beats. The Clippers are laying 6. They're down by 14 points with less than 3 minutes to play in Detroit. Teams that are down 14 or more in the modern era, since play-by-play started with 96, 97. That's before I moved to Vegas. Teams down 14 or more with 3 to play. Well, it's happened 12,875 times. Teams in that spot are now 2 and 12,873. Okay. And then, of course, not only the Clippers rally, but they don't win the game at the buzzer. They send the game to overtime. And what happens when the game goes to overtime is where underdogs go to die. Sometimes when a team goes on a furious rally and they get to OT, they're gassed. This rally only took 3 minutes. Clippers had all the energy in the extra session. Pistons +6 go to overtime, and they lose by 11. No win, no cover, just a smack your head against the wall loss. Again, when you lose one of these that has gone 12,873 and 1 and is now 12,873 and 2, hey, it's one of those nights. You chalk it up. There's your big game breakdown. There's your what bettors learned last night, Prez. I thought it was interesting enough to mention.
I'm with you, dude. I'm glad that you reminded me that I screwed up because that's unbelievable, brother. Guys, it's $2 Tuesday.
It's believable. It happens once every 12,870 something times. That's when it happens.
Well, I'm going to take the under that it happens again before they get to 12,700 and something times. Teddy, it's $2 Tuesdays over at WagerTalk. Tony Mejia is the $2 Tuesday handicapper. He's got a 5% NBA play up tonight. It's only $2. Head over to WagerTalk and get that play. He is a perfect 6-0 in his 5% NBA totals. He's got one tonight at Sports Memo. 3 handicappers for only $5. Jesse Shule, Joe D'Amico, and JM Sports. Check that out. $5 for 3 handicappers at Sports Memo. And, of course, Tony Mejia, the $2 Tuesday handicapper at WagerTalk. Carm, you're back, and I apologize. I messed up there, but, dude, I literally texted you, log on now, and you were like, 1 minute. So we can't thank you enough, dude. Thank you for coming on. No preparation. You're the man.
I'm not worried. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to Teddy. It's, you know what I mean? He's the co-host, and you completely got it all wrong. But it's okay. We still love you and your track pants for it. So at least you're not wearing the salmon shirt.
What is wrong with the salmon shirt, man? I don't understand you guys. Anyway, let's get into it, brother. Pittsburgh playing the Islanders tonight in a really interesting game at that. You know, my initial take was to play the under in this game. The Islanders, though, with their new coach, are an over team this year. The number is 6. We got the Islanders at +116 here. I kind of like them, too. Where are you going, bro?
Yeah, we discussed this game, Brian, myself, and Buster on Puck Time earlier, so catch that episode on our YouTube channel. But we talked about this one. I think the Islanders are obviously a live dog here. It's tough to go against Pittsburgh. They're 8-1-1 their last 10, 8-1-1 their last 10 on the road. But first meeting between these two, Sorokin in goal, he's confirmed for the Islanders. And if there's when you look at that total, Prez, it's there for a reason. It's the Islanders, while they might be trending to the over, they don't score when Sorokin's in goal. The guy is 11-11-1 in his starts this year, and his splits are exactly the same, 6-6 at home with a 2.07 or 2.01 goals against average, 938 save percentage, and he's 5-5 on the road. They just don't score goals for this guy when he's in goal, and he's one of the best goalies this season. I think as far as like the money puck goes, I think he's one of the either first or second rated goalie in the NHL thus far. They're plus 120 at home. I get it. Pittsburgh's playing well, but every team has had 3 days off. The Isles are at home. It's just tough not to take the plus money when you've got him in goal. And if the Islanders can get there, if they can get 3 goals, that might be enough tonight for them. So I'm not sure on the total, but I like the plus money in the Islanders tonight.
Carmine Bianco with no post-World Cup hangover, talking about NHL for tonight. Let's shift our focus to West Coast action for this evening. The Vegas Golden Knights travel to LA to play the Kings. I'm seeing the Kings basically short home favorites, minus 110 to minus 120. Total 6, a little bit of juice to the over. What do we do with the Knights and the Kings on the West Coast?
Yeah, this is another interesting one. I was fading the LA Kings on the road during that road trip because they were just playing absolutely horrendous hockey, and they weren't even scoring. They lost in Toronto 5-0. They lost, I think, to the Sabres by a 6-0 score. And then they somehow end their road trip by going into Boston, a team that's only lost, I think, twice at home all season, and one of them was to the LA Kings. They win that game 3-2 in overtime, come home, and they proceed. I thought that was the turning point for the LA Kings and that game. And they became a play-on team for me, Teddy. They win their next 3 games, so they won 4 in a row, and then they go into Arizona, which was a tough scheduling spot for them because it was second of a back-to-back and third in 4 nights, and they lose that game 2-1 in OT. I don't look at that as a loss. I look at, because of the scheduling for them, I look at that as a win in essence because they picked up points in a really bad spot. Now they get a Vegas team who were playing well on the road. But I don't think, as Brian mentioned earlier today, their numbers, their analytical numbers on the road, I don't think they're as good as a lot of people might put them on the road. I think this is a great spot to take the LA Kings at a buy low price of minus 110 or minus 115. I think the Kings get it done tonight.
Carmine Bianco, man, awesome stuff, and I totally agree with you on that take. Carm, the guys in the chat room are arguing who is the best Canadian band. One guy wrote the Guess Who, which I love. Another guy wrote the band. Now, they're arguing whether the band is Canadian or not Canadian, and I read Robbie Robertson's biography. Robbie Robertson is Canadian. The band is not. The answer is Rush. It does chagrin me because I'm not a Rush fan. But given the enormity of Rush over the world, I lived in Australia. People are Rush fanatics. I lived in South Africa. They're Rush fanatics. There are Rush fanatics everywhere. Now, Teddy writes Neil Young. And Teddy, Neil Young is by far the greatest, no doubt. But is he a band?
No. I just wanted to argue with you.
Okay.
For me, it's Rush. Growing up in the area I grew up in, when Rush first started, they would play in the auditorium and practice in the auditorium at George Harvey School on Keele Street in Toronto. And you know where Keele Street is, Lawrence, north of Rogers. Yeah. There's a school there, George Harvey, and that's where they would practice. I've got all of everything they released. I have it. I'm a big Rush fan. I saw you more as a Glass Tiger kind of guy, but I'm surprised.
No, I was like hardcore like Platinum Blonde and the Spoons, romantic traffic, baby. In all seriousness, okay, Dustin, there's a few members in the band that are Canadian. I'm not officially correct, but either way, let's pretend the band is Canadian. They only had a few albums. They are incredible. But I mean, come on. Rush is literally a top 10 band in history. Teddy, who's your favorite Canadian band?
So, Carm, what do you have to promote for today?
Thank you, Teddy. I was hoping I wasn't going to get cut off before I could do that. I've got a 5% play up in NHL for tonight. Since November 1st, it's been absolutely phenomenal, over 62%. And a lot of my plays are juice tolerance. I don't release big favorites or totals that are juiced. So 5% play up at WagerTalk. You can get that on my page. 64.24% bankroll gain since November 1st in NHL, which is number one at WagerTalk. So let's see if we can keep it going tonight. And while these are two client plays, they're not up for sale. I took both overs in the EPL today, 2.75 in the Chelsea game, and then over 3 in the Man United game. All 7 games yesterday in the Premier League, all went over the total. They're not playing defense. It's first Boxing Day. All these guys ate turkey and drank, and it's showing goals galore. Hopefully, we get some more today. A couple freebies for you guys.
Carmine Bianco, everyone. Guys, also don't sleep on Triumph. They're Canadian. Teddy, we're going to take a quick break. Your big game breakdown and Dave Sharapan.
Tuesdays is known as $2 Tuesdays at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, where you can get the hottest handicappers best bet or daily package for only $2.
It is time for today's big game breakdown. Let's talk the Liberty Bowl in afternoon action tomorrow on Wednesday. Right now, looking at the Wager Talk live odds screen. Let's call Arkansas -3. There are -2.5 starting to pop up. Total 68.5, 69 for this ball game. Look, every sharp dollar has come on Kansas, and I understand why. Kansas is excited to be here. Arkansas has got a bunch of opt-outs. And as soon as you see that, you know where the money's going to go, and the money has come already. At the current price, I don't want the side. But the total stands out to me, and I know we were talking about this a little bit yesterday. I think Marco D'Angelo broke this down on the show. And my follow-up question, I'm like, do you trust Kansas's defense to cover a number? He did. I don't. All right. This was a defense coming into the season that was on par with whatever, Vanderbilt, the worst Power 5 defense talent-wise in college football. And they played like it. They allowed 47, 55, 43, the 16 against Okie State. The Okie State didn't have a quarterback that game. 35, 52, and 38 their last 7 games. Or the last 8 games, I should say. No, that's 7. They gave up 30 to Houston. They gave up 42 to West Virginia in non-conference play. Talent-wise, side-wise, this is not an SEC defense. This is not a bowl defense. This is a bottom-tier defense. And even with the opt-outs, I think Arkansas is going to get their fair share of points. But so is Kansas. The one thing we've seen from this Jayhawks team is the ability to generate offense consistently all year long. That's why they're in a bowl with a defense that was that bad. They were able to put the biscuit in the basket. Leopold obviously designed some really strong game plans. I would expect that again here. And, of course, there were some concerns about the weather conditions in Memphis. We're waiting to get involved in this one. Now I'm hearing forecast at game time, temperatures in the 50s. It should be just fine. Look for points in bunches. This is the shootout. Kansas and Arkansas over the total. There's your big game breakdown. Back to you, Mr. Prez.
Yes, sir. Theodore Covers. Dave Sharapan joining us. Very Canadian today, Dave.
Well, I was Boxing Day on Monday. I didn't know what to wear when I came on today. So I just wore anything I had Canadian. I got the Maple Leaf shirt on, the Expos hat. Just trying to keep up with, Canada and everything else that's going on with you up there.
I have a question for you.
Yes,
How
sir.
much money do you spend on uniforms and hats per year?
Great question.
Like, what's your uniform, like your shirt and hat budget?
How much money do you get when people buy the picks?
What?
Couple of bucks?
It's probably about the same what I spent. That's what I mean.
Dave,
Like
that was You couldn't just give us a straight freaking answer?
I mean,
it's like you being hot in the picks, Prez. Like it's
Okay.
the same question.
Dave, how is it possible that in 1 week you grew a full beard?
Listen to me. I've been trying to make a beard like you. This has been going on for a month. It's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. It's got 6 colors in it. It's itchy as hell. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm asking Dan Alexander for beard help, how to maintain it. I hate it. I said I was going to try to do it all of December. Only got a couple more days left. It's got to come off. I don't know how you do it, Press. I don't know how you keep a beard. It's terrible.
Okay. I've never seen Teddy with one.
I have a beard. I had a beard. Yeah, you just keep it trimmed. The key is trimming. When it grows out, it gets itchy. Yeah, when you get one of those things,
it's easier to shave.
But this is why, Dave. This is why I was asking you about the uniform, because they all look brand new. The hat always looks new. Everything, the shirts always look brand new, and it feels like you have one for every team: hat and shirt and throwback jersey and throwback cap for every team in every sport. It's like, to me, it's like a 6-figure wardrobe you've got over there.
This sounds like drama. I don't want any drama on a Tuesday. You sound like my wife asking me these questions, and I can't take these questions like this. You understand? I come on here for a safe space on Flex Tuesday, and you're asking me how many hats I have and how much money I spend on stuff. Man. Come on.
Dave, let's go. Let's get into it. Tennessee playing Dallas this Thursday night. We got a lot of other games on Sunday. We'll start at the NFL, and Teddy will talk college. Wow. Look at you. So give us some NHL information, brother.
NHL, you threw me for a loop. You told me NFL.
NFL. My bad. My bad.
Well, you saw the move come on the Thursday game, right? Like, Dallas was playing Tennessee, and Tennessee is, if I was using Prez's words, is a freaking disaster. Like, they are a mess. People were betting Jacksonville to win the division this past week. Sneaky betting that because the game's, the last game of the season is against Jacksonville, Tennessee. That's going to determine who gets in the playoffs. Not that they're going to do anything in the playoffs, but the move came already on Dallas. The books are going to need Tennessee huge. Now, at 10, you may have missed the boat. You may be late to the party. All those expressions that we all use when you miss a number. After that, I don't know if you guys saw the either the Sunday night lines that turned into Monday morning and then the Monday moves. There was a lot of movement on games. This is one of those ones. We saw it last week. There were 14 games on Sunday or Saturday, I believe, or total, where the total came into play a lot. 8 of the 14 games went under. Weather's a big factor. Haven't seen anything yet, any big plays, moves, and things like that, other than the Steelers. The number came down. They may have overshot it a little bit. How the Steelers ended up winning on Saturday for Franco is a tough one to figure out, but they did. I think that's going to be the side for Sunday. They flexed that thing to Sunday night, so it's going to be a huge liability game. The rest of this stuff is yet to be determined. Watch the Minnesota line come down. It's gonna anything that was on. Just keep betting against Minnesota. So, the points. Somebody will take the points and get this thing to 3, and then everybody will come in on Green Bay. Other than that, guys, I haven't done much analysis or gotten any calls or anything from anybody about Sunday yet.
Just a quick clarification. You said it's going to be a huge liability game on Sunday night for the house. Where do you expect them to be liable? Is it going to be Steelers money they're going to be liable with?
Yeah, probably at least. No. The Ravens are the favorite, so they'll probably need the dog in that situation. But all the straight plays that came early in the week are coming on the dog. So it's just that Sunday night game rolls into it, everything rolls into it. Being the last game and it being the week before New Year's. It was always such a weird handle type day, because there's a lot of people coming to town, a lot of things going on, a lot of people in town. They're all betting the favorites. So, yeah, they're going to need the Steelers huge by Sunday.
Let's talk Bulls for a minute right here. It feels to me, Dave, like the sharp action has been spot on. You've been betting against the sharp money. You've been betting against the early line moves. It has not been a good bowl start for you. Do you expect that to continue? Is that one of those deals, the early bowl games, the sharp money has it spot on, and then when you get to the later bowl games, maybe not so much? Or is this just follow the money and you can continue to cash tickets? And it's been dogs and unders so far more than any other factor. Do you expect that to continue as well?
Yeah, I think somebody said it to me best a couple days ago. This has become like the NFL preseason market, where a lot of people are sitting out, and the market that is playing it all one way, and they're playing a second number too. Like they're just the numbers are so off because of the questions of who's playing, who's not, when they're playing, when it's announced, who knows, when anybody knows, nobody knows, all this stuff. It's a really, really strange bowl season. I think what's going to end up happening is that when they go to the expanded playoff games are going to do gigantic handle, gigantic. And the rest of the games are going to be afterthoughts. They're going to be very, regionalized, very localized type markets. So, I mean, you even see it at the bowl games, just watching them on TV. There's nobody at these games. Nobody's even making the trips now because they're like, the game doesn't mean as much. So you can see it ahead of time. But I mean, today's game, I mean, does anybody that have anyone other than Georgia Southern? It was a big move. It was all steam, right? That's what I mean. They're all on one side. And as of right now, it looks like it's 0-0 after the first quarter. So someone asked me what would I tell them when betting the bowl games. I would be very cautious betting the bowl games.
Teddy?
Dave Sharapan at SportsBK Consig. I slacked you, dude, but you didn't bother to look at it.
You slacked me. My dad bloody well FaceTimed me because he doesn't listen ever.
Whoa.
Anyway, Dave Sharapan, NHL.
So
you got
no. Stop for a minute. That I need to know about. So you have your phone with you, and you have it so you can see if you're getting calls. So you pick up a call there?
No, I didn't.
That's
pick
how
up
you do
a
the
call.
show?
Are you out of your mind?
FaceTime you?
Whoa.
Yeah, but I didn't answer it. I turned the phone over because I accidentally added face up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No drama. No drama, please.
Why not, Dave? Why can't we have some bloody drama?
The people don't like the drama when you start all the drama.
Yeah, I like the drama, man.
You do
I'm all
like
about
the
drama.
You are. That's for sure.
Anyway, you got anything in NHL for us or no?
Did we get enough likes? Do we have enough likes? Are we going to?
Nope.
You're not even doing a presidential address.
I had a perfect day in the presidential address yesterday. Literally perfect. They don't want to hear it again, Teddy.
Pittsburgh Islanders. You like anything in that game?
I like the Islanders.
Yeah, me too. I like the Islanders. Toronto's at St. Louis. Toronto's on a nice little road trip. I was thinking of when I wore the Maple Leafs. Under in that game. Okay. All right.
Dave, under in every Leaf game, man. And especially when they play teams that can score. They just bottle them up.
Or this team might win the Stanley Cup. I don't want to.
I hope so, man.
My God, they're really good. I'm thinking about heading down to Arizona for the game on Thursday to see this team in person. Can't get to too many Leaf games, but I think I'm going to head down there and see them in person. So
take Teddy with you.
On the ground report. Teddy likes hockey. Teddy, you like hockey?
Oh, he loves it. He dreams about hockey.
There's nothing I'd rather do on New Year's weekend than drive to Arizona for a hockey game when I'm trying to handicap 4 other sports.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't sound like he wants to go, Prez.
Thank you,
Dave. You were able to buy the room time. We now have more than 100 likes. I will be super quick. Dan, cue it up.
Dave,
I'm coming back to you.
Okay.
Okay, guys, it's the presidential address with both those schmobos being featured in it. Normally they dance and try to annoy me, but I guess now that they're on air, they're too freaking cool.
I'm dancing.
Okay.
I don't mind. Let's
Guys,
go.
get
it rolling.
Guys, I went 3-1. There's no talking, Dave. Guys, I went 3-1 last night for my clients. I have a big card tonight for you guys. I got 2 NBA plays, 2 NHL plays, 2 college basketball plays. I'm on a 40-18 NBA run, 29-13 college hoops run. My 40-18 is my hoops run, 8-2 NBA run. Blah, blah, blah. These guys are annoying me. Let's get to it. I like the under in the New York Rangers-Washington Capital game. I like the New York Islanders tonight. I also like the under in the Leaf game as well. That's it. Teddy, my brother, I'm eating a pastrami sandwich in about 3 minutes. As Money Channel says, this was a hilarious show. Dave, I know you need to promote. So screw Teddy and I. Dan, end the show with just Dave Sharapan alone promoting until he's blue in the face, and then cut him off, and we'll call it a show.
Okay. So starting in the new year, I don't know about Bostonian versus the book. We're going to try to keep doing the show, but it's live. Bostonian versus the book. It's not with props no more. I got a curveball in my life, but I hit curveballs, so we'll be fine. Every day on Sports Grid from 4 to 7 Pacific. And then I don't know what's going on with MLB Network. I don't know what's going on with Carlos Correa. I don't know what team he's going to be on, but we'll be talking about that. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. We stand on guard for No Drama Tuesdays every week here on WagerTalk. WagerTalk Today. Cut it off. Sign it off, Teddy.
Tuesdays is known as $2 Tuesdays at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, where you can get the hottest handicappers, best bet, or daily package for only $2.